Hey there, Mission Control. Well, tonight I'm going to give you some insights into microgreen processing. We've actually just got done processing a whole crop. Ooh. So now I'm going to go back to the beginning and show you what it takes to get everything ready. We're going to go through planting. So the first thing we do, we've cleaned off our surface and we're going to spray it with a mixture of water and hydrogen peroxide. And that helps kill anything that's left behind that might cause like mold or fungus growth. Need 20 lids. Four. So I got to lay these all out, and then we're actually going to put dirt into them. So this bucket is coco coir, or wheelbarrow I should say, is coco coir that we set in here. What is it? Last night. Yeah, last night. And then we added water to it. And then the nice thing about coco coir is it's a sustainable replacement for peat moss. So it has good water retention properties. It's organic, and it's fully sustainable. Coconut, just go through lots of coconuts. And part of what we have a problem with is sometimes the water doesn't soak all the way up, so we gotta put that there, make sure everything's broken up nice. But it's a really nice consistency material. Really nice to work with. They come packaged in bales, like peat moss kind of, and then you just have to add water to them and they expand. And like I said, the only problem that we have sometimes is the water doesn't distribute fully evenly throughout the entire bale. So you just gotta kind of catch it like some of that. You just put that in that bucket there and then come back to it, put more water in it, put it in for the next batch. There we go. That's all. Used to be a bale and it's just breaking on you. So you got to get all this dirt ready. Or not dirt, but coco coir. Now when we first started, we were, heavy aquaponics, so we try to do the lava rock, and we try to do microgreens hydroponically, where you just put water in it, and it really just didn't work out well for us. And you have the added cost of buying the material, and then you have to dispose of the material. And even though they say it's biodegradable, what they really mean is in a few years it'll be gone. So you get a big pile of trash. But with the coconut coir, it had good water properties, is why we got it. So it could hold water, keep everything moist. But since then, we just come to think that for microgreens, I think dirt is just the easiest way to go. So it has less logistics that go with it. But this stuff's pretty cool to work with. So we get that all set up there. It looks like it's good. And then we go put dirt in the trays. One of the first steps that we have to do when we get everything ready is just to make sure the trays are all clean and they don't have any major gook on them. So we use our pressure washer, electric, just hook it up and spray everything down. This is our cleaning station that I just got done fixing. If you've been following us around, it works a lot better. Spray them off on one side, flip them over, spray them off on the other. Sometimes we get going and we don't get everything washed right up front, right after we're done using it. So that's why we have to go through this step sometimes. Just gotta make sure there's no major stuff on it so that it can't cause any, I guess I don't know what the right way to say it. I'm not a plant guy. I'm an engineer, for crying out loud. I'm an engineer, not a botanist. So, okay, what am I trying to say? Pathogens and like mold and fungus stuff, spores. That's the word, spores. That could be on the trays from when they were planted previously. So we don't want that. And so we're going to spray off the big stuff, and then we're going to put some hydrogen peroxide water mixture on it. Make sure they're all good. We got our trays all sprayed off, and we got them laid out. Now we actually have to plant. We had a little planting air where we got some things too close to each other, so we actually need to plant more than what we have space for here. So I have to take up the table plus a little bit of the bed behind me. Right now I'm spraying these down, again, just to make sure there's no pathogens, bugs, spores, or anything that are going to survive. So this is a hydrogen peroxide water mixture. It's a good disinfectant. When we use it, it's better than bleach as far as for the environment and how they make it. So that's why we use the hydrogen peroxide. Easier on us, easier on all of it. I got these trays back here. These are going to be lids. Now in the future, when we have our microgreen shelves, which are supposed to show up in September, we won't have to use, I don't think we'll have to use lids because the shelves will be close enough to provide the darkness needed for germination, I think. Come back to that one. So I got everything sprayed here now, and we're going to start putting the coco coir in, coco coir. The next stop on our tour is putting the coco coir in. So we got our little container here, it's measured, and we know that it takes pretty much about one full version of these to get the trays loaded up. So we put the coir in and we make sure everything's broken up. And then I flatten it out, and then Mrs. Martian will come behind me and she'll actually put all the seeds in. And for certain microgreens, you have to put a little more coir on top of the seeds, but other ones you can just let sit there. So I just spread this stuff out pretty even. Go. Okay. So I got to do that. I got to do it 20 times for tonight. 20 trays. So that's pretty much it for this step of the process. I got all the coco coir in. I always want to call it coir. And again, we use that right now. It's easy to ship, really. It comes in little bags. It's all packaged up and compressed. Pretty easy to move around. We could store it in wet weather, cold weather. But we think we'll probably stop using it, and we'll probably switch over to just plain old dirt and have that delivered from a local supplier. And then the biggest problem with dirt is where are we going to store it, how are we going to keep it, and that's why coco coir is kind of a nice option, is because it comes in bags that are easily moved, easily stored, and they're waterproof. So we'll see what happens there. But if you're wondering if there's a reason why we did coco coir, or if there's like some major thing that makes it so much better, really not any major reason. I would say you could use dirt, you could use coco coir, you could use peat moss, but peat moss isn't sustainable. I read up about peat. I had no idea about peat moss, to be quite honest. Again, damn it, Jim, I'm an engineer, not a botanist. I guess the real Martian in The Martian is actually a botanist and a mechanical engineer, but whatever. So if you read up on peat moss, you understand they take it from peat bogs, which I believe are up in the northern latitudes, mostly Canada, and there's a very limited amount of it that's available. Eventually we're just going to run out because it takes like 30 years or something for it to grow, to decompose, I should say, and create the peat that we're all used to using. So if you can move to coco coir, you'd certainly be doing a good thing. And this is all just ground up coconut. So I think most of it's sourced out of the Philippines is where it comes from. That's a major part of their economy. So not only is it sustainable, but it helps the local economy and put food on the table for the families there in the Philippines and wherever they go, coconuts. So anyway, that's it for getting the planting ready. Mrs. Martian will come in tonight. She'll lay down the seed, compress them, and then we'll spray them with water, and we'll put the lids on and put them onto the lanes, and then they'll actually start the germination process, which takes about 3 days. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. In the meantime, everyone, this is The Real Martian. Out.